Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I had a lot of technical issues with this video, so it may be downloaded a little bit late on Saturday, but nonetheless it will be downloaded. So before we start this Bélin alphabet session, I'm going to give a little bit information quickly. We have Zoom online sessions every Tuesday and Saturday at 6:15 in Sweden time zone. So if you live in Europe but you still have to check your time zone compared to Sweden, and you can log in to Zoom and click in my link that is in belinyouth Instagram profile in bio. So if you want to come into our Zoom session in Tuesday and Saturdays, come in. But I know few of you which you guys live either in Australia or very big time difference from Sweden. I'm going to have another session for you guys. I don't know when, but I will update you. I haven't forgotten about you too, so just bear with me. So today I have about 12 slides and I'm going to go about Bélin alphabets, and I'm going to compare them to English alphabets so we have either way to translate and use English as a basic guidance, So, and before we start, let me get my laser first. I have very useful information that I put down here in this place. So whenever I slide, there may be a little bit information in there, so just check it out. So Bélin alphabet are called Xalegat. As I said, I'm going to compare them to English for you to have it easier. And here we have English alphabets. English alphabet are divided into two groups. One is consonant, the other is vowel. We have consonants are about 21, and they are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. So remember how I pronounce those, because it might help you a little bit when we're going to pronounce our Bélin alphabet. And the vowels are easy. It's A, E, I, O, U, Y. So that's how. So look at those three that I have highlighted. That's because we're not going to use them in Bélin alphabets. So we don't have P, V, and Z in this class session. But usually in like normal circumstances, we do use them. So vowels are called kasan in Bélin, and consonants are called halagat. I know halagat means alphabets, but it also means consonants. So we have about 6 consonants. There are 6 consonants only. So I'm going to pronounce how they sound. This is E, U, I, A, U, O. Let's do it again. E, U, I, A, U, O. Okay. So, and those are the vowels, and now we have consonants. I'm just gonna give a little bit comparison to English. Those are about 18 that are very similar, or some are they are English or Latin, and we have about 9 of those that we have our own that are not in English though. So let's see how we build up our halagat. So Bélin have about around 27 to 30 consonants. That's because you remember the 3 that I highlighted here, because I don't have them here, but they do exist in Bélin. So, and we have 6 vowels. So we will just see why this math makes sense. We have about 160 alphabets, because we have to have like just bear with me, okay? Here we have every vowel has to be paired with the consonant. So that way, every consonant is multiplied by 6. So this will sound like be, bu, bi, ba, bu, bo. So you remember how our consonant sounds like? This is almost amalgamation of that. This is a, this is be, this is u, this is bu, this is e, this is b, a, ba, bu, o, bo. So that's how we make that 160 plus alphabets that we use. And here a quick shout out is to diversity.org. They have actually a lot of information and a lot of lessons in there. So go check it. I recommend it a lot. So checking it would be a lot of good help for you. And here I just have a little bit explanation. The sound never changes when they are combined with other alphabets. I'm going to teach you what I mean by that. But once you learn how to pronounce them, then you will easily read and write pronunciations. And you remember that I said we have online session, and this is just a nod to it. And we have about 160 exactly in this file. So I'm going to read everyone. I'm going to pronounce everything in here because I want you to know how they sound. Although you do know how the first one sounds, you don't know how this sounds. For example, you don't know how those two sound. You don't know how this one sound or those three sound. So I'm just gonna pronounce everyone or every single of those quickly, and then we can move on and know how to build up a word. So remember the be. This is be, bu, bi, ba, bu, bo. And this will be e, u, I, a, u, o. This will be de, du, di, da, du, do. Fe, fu, fi, fa, fu, fo. Ge, gu, gi, ga, gu, go. He, hu, hi, ha, hu, ho. Je, ju, ji, ja, ju, jo. Ke, ku, ki, ka, ku, ko. Le, lu, li, la, lu, lo. Me, mu, mi, ma, mu, mo. So we have ne, nu, ni, na, nu, no. Ke, ku, ki, ka, ku, ko. Re, ru, ri, ra, ru, ro. Se, su, si, sa, su, so. Te, tu, ti, ta, tu, to. We, wu, we, wa, wu, wo. He, hu, hi, ha, hu, ho. Ye, you, yi, ya, you, yo. So those are the basic and the one that we have with the that have common with English. So now we come to the 9 that we have non-common with English. Okay, let's go. Nye, nu, ni, nya, nyu, no. So I'm going to give you an example. For example, how would you say number 2 in Bélin? You would say lenga. So you would use nga at the end to pronounce it or to spell it. And we have 20. Number 20 is she, shu, she, sha, shu, sho. For example, how would we say tea? Bring me tea. Shahi. Shahi nasile. So you would use this one to spell it and pronounce it. And we have number 21 is ke. Ke, ru, ki, cha, chu, cho. So you see that, for example, let's say chi wa. Do you know what chi wa means? And do you know how to build chi wa? So I'm going to show you how to build a chi wa. And I'm going to show you how to build up the word chi wa and what it means later. And number 22 we have te. Te, tu, ti, ta, tu, to. I think by now, if you are more like a little bit more than 10 years old, you know the basics of it, so you know how they sound. So they never change their sound. And now number 23 would be khe, khu, khi, kha, khu, ho. So I can give you a good example in this one. For example, we have very famous DJ that starts with kha. Do you know who he is? DJ Khaled. So if you say kha, and then you can use other vowels just to make it sound a little bit different. We have here vowel a is kha. We have vowel e, khi. We have vowel u, kha or hu. I'm sorry. And this vowel e, kha. That's how it will sound. It never changes, even if it is in a word. And here we have 4, the last 4 that doesn't use the vowel u and o. That's because they have the same sound and pronunciations as other that we already went through. So this is que, qui, qua, qui. And I'm going to give you an example as well here. So if we say the sun is bright, the sun that's in the sky. So you would say qua ra, qua ra. And we have number 25 is hue. We would use it in a word, for example, how would you say number 7 in Bélin? Sahuata. Sahuata. So we would use hue to pronounce and write it. So I'm just gonna make a pronunciation. Hue, hui, hua, hu. For example, how would you say a woman? You would say hui na. Hui na. Okay, let's jump to number 26 is gue. Gue, gui, gua, gu. If you say gui, that means get up. If you say gua, that means get up, but for plural, for many people. Or it would be for a politeness for an older person. And we have the last one, number 27 is que. For example, que, qui, qua, que. If we're gonna give you an example, it's the same as number 26, but different sound and different meaning. Qui means eat. Qua means eat for plural. So you see that only those we use it as a word. So those are the pronunciations that I wanted you to know. Now that we know how they are pronounced, I think we can make words. Okay, here we have a word that is di, ru, wa, and together it becomes dir, wa. So I have a little bit confession to make. When a consonant, you remember this is a consonant, that is alone without a vowel, you remember vowels, those are the vowels, cousin. If it is alone, then it will get a help from the things that is before it, the alphabet that are before it, and it will make a subtle sound. So this would sound dir instead of dir. So this will sound dir, dir, wa, dir, wa. Then it's strict. So then when we read the consonant with the help that comes before it. So this is one way of reading a consonant that doesn't have a vowel. And let's see the consonant that does have a vowel. So the sound of be or the sound of all of those alphabets I just pronounced it, they never change when they build up a word. So no matter where it lands, at the beginning, at the middle, or at the end, it never changes. So this will be be, ga, be, cha, ne, beb, di, qua, ra. So that's why it's easy to read once you know the pronunciations. So let's go to the next page. And this is the glimpse of the next video. This is page 4 and 5 of the book that I'm using, and it's called Belinyouth 1. This is for first grade. And I hope that this would help. And I want you to take those 6 words and translate it, and you can leave them in a comment below. And I hope you had a lot of help and fun with this one. And the last thing I want to say is check the description and you will find a lot of things. So for example, I have prepared an homework for you. This is a homework you can do at home in your computer. So I'm going to just show you how you can do it. The homework is this. I have written all the 160 alphabets. So Xalegat Kasande, and as you can see in here, I will do sharing. So I'm going to copy the link in here and here, and here it says Allah samholen kan. It says all that has the link, all people that have the link can edit. So for example, I'm going to show you how you can edit. Whenever you click on that link that I'm going to have in the description, and you're going to get this one, and then you can just go to, for example, this is ge, gu, and what comes after gu, gi, what comes after gi, there comes ga, and we already have g, and then we do go. So now we have filled the ge section, the ge, gu, gi, ga section. So I want you to do that, and if you want me to have, if you want me to give you feedback, then you can actually send it to my mail, and I'm going to have my mail in the description as well. So this will be your homework. So I hope you have a lovely evening, and see you on a session or the next video. So bye for now.